What's up, everybody? Ben here for Bailey Brothers, coming to you from the recording department, where today we are talking microphones. Now, it's no real secret that there's a lot of people out there that are spending a lot of time at home these days. And because of that, home audio and recording equipment is really trending right now. So today we're going to look at two of the most popular microphones out there. In this video, we're going to compare the Shure SM7B to the Electro-Voice RE20. Now, to get started, let's take a look at what comes in the box and what's included with both of these microphones. This is the Shure SM7B first. Really nice little retail sleeve on it. And for someone who works in a retail store, I kind of appreciate that. As I'm opening up here, it's packaged nicely. This is the mic itself. There is an additional windscreen in here, little Velcro tie, cable tie, little thread adapter for different mic stands, and a little Shure plate. Now let's see what comes with the RE20. Ooh, I like this. Nice little carrying case. It's always good to have something to keep your mics in. Also comes with a mount, and then this is the mic itself. Both of them have a real nice weight to them. They feel very nicely built. Very cool. All right, now since both of these microphones are so popular with home recording enthusiasts, we decided that the best way to compare them was to take them into the studio and see what they're really capable of. All right, guys, so we are here now in the studio. We have come to my good friend, good customer, all-around great guy, Charlie's place. We are doing the recording here at his studio. And before we get started with the test, I want to give you guys a little rundown on the equipment that we're going to be using and how everything is set up to do the tests themselves. We're using both the SM7B and the RE20. Both run through the same Neve preamps, which are running directly into Pro Tools. It is fair to note that to compensate for the gain differences in these microphones, the SM7B is also being run through a Cloudlifter CL1. All right, guys, these are two very classic microphones. They are two very popular microphones, and they're two microphones that you will see all throughout the world with a variety of uses. The RE20 is very popular, very well received in the broadcasting world. Paul Feinbaum uses this microphone. You'll see it all over ESPN. The SM7B has been used, Michael Jackson used it to cut Thriller. Prince, Linda Ronstadt, Alison Krauss has been known to use this microphone as well. Very, very popular in the studio for vocal performances. You'll see the SM7B, whereas you'll normally see the RE20 in more of a broadcasting type of a studio environment. Both of these microphones are dynamic, which means that they are usable in both studio and live performance applications, which is a really cool thing. If you want your money to go a little bit further, you're going to have many, many applications that you could use either one of these microphones for. All right, this is the vocal speech test with the SM7B and the RE20 running simultaneously. So what we are doing here is our best effort in an attempt to capture these microphones side by side in the truest scientific form of an experiment. Is we have both microphones running. We have the SM7B and we have the RE20. They are recording simultaneously. We have the RE20 panned left and the SM7B panned right. So as I'm talking to you guys, I'm going to pan and transition between the signals from these two microphones, and that way you're going to be able to hear what the difference is in real time. It's the most controlled environment that we can think of here, because it's not just one guy talking through the same microphone. It's one guy, me by the way, doing the same take through both microphones simultaneously. So any inflection in my voice is going to be absolutely identical in both microphones. That's the rundown on how we're set up. We're going to do a few tests here for you guys. We're going to let you hear, in addition to how this speech test comes out, we're going to do an additional one with an electric guitar, and then we're going to do another one with an acoustic guitar. And again, through all of these experiments, we've recorded everything simultaneously. You'll see in the acoustic segment of this video, we did one test with both microphones from the exact same position simultaneously. That's going to give you a better idea of the proximity effect that these microphones will give you. And then we duplicated it and did 2 different takes with each microphone placed in the identical spot, because as you can see, these are not little microphones. They're not pencil condensers, and there's no way to get them on the exact same spot of an acoustic guitar with the exact same axis unless you do rotate them and record them individually of one another. All right, guys, that was the shootout and comparison itself. They're both really great mics, both very capable. You can get a great sound using either one of them, but you guys tuned in for us to declare a winner between these two. So in order to do that, we have ranked both microphones in the following categories. The mics have been ranked according to their packaging and accessories, their overall build quality and construction, the ease of use and setup, the acoustic test, the electric test, the voice test, and then an overall value and price comparison. All right, category 1, packaging and accessories. The RE20 comes with a really nice carrying case that the SM7 does not. The SM7B comes with a couple of additional windscreens that the RE20 does not. And for that reason, we're going to call this category a tie. All right, the next category is ease of use and setup. Now, like we've discussed, the SM7B is going to require some form of an additional preamp, and the RE20 does not require that. So since the SM7B does need an additional piece of equipment that you will have to set up, we're going to give the win in this category to the RE20. All right, the next category is the build quality and appearance. Both microphones have a really nice feel. They've got a nice weight to them. You can tell that they are well made, have good components and parts. The RE20 has kind of a retro look to it, whereas the SM7B is a little bit more sleek and modern looking. And that's really gonna just kind of boil down to personal preference. So for that reason, we're gonna call this category a tie. For the acoustic guitar test, both microphones sounded really nice, but the RE20 to me had a little bit crisper sound, a little bit more sizzle in it, a little bit more articulation, and for that reason, we are declaring the RE20 the winner of this category. In the electric guitar test, the SM7B actually had a little bit more clarity over the RE20. The electric guitar using the SM7B had a little bit more crunch to it, and I liked that just a little bit better. So for that reason, we're going to declare the SM7B the winner of the electric guitar test. All right, now as far as voice and speech goes, this one mirrored kind of the acoustic guitar test in a lot of ways. I found that the RE20 was a lot crisper and more articulate. The SM7B, by comparison, was just a little bit duller sounding, and for that reason, I'm declaring the RE20 the winner of the voice category. All right, the last category is the price and/or value comparison. Now, there's always going to be some types of sales and promotions out there in the world, but in general, the SM7B sells for around $400. The RE20 sells for around $450. But as we've discussed, the SM7B does require an additional preamp, and by the time you purchase that preamp, it's going to make the SM7B more expensive than the RE20, and for that reason, we've declared the RE20 the winner of this category. All right, guys, for those of you who have been keeping score at home, the RE20 received 4 points as opposed to the SM7B with 1 point, which makes the RE20 the winner of this comparison. All right, guys, that was the mic shootout between the SM7B and RE20. You may still be asking yourself which one is right for you. Both microphones are great. They're both very capable. Either one of them is going to give you a really great sound. Ultimately, I think it kind of depends on who you are and who your audience is as to which one will make more sense for you. If you're a guy that has a lot of recording experience, you've got some nice gear, you have some nice preamps, and you like to tweak with those EQ curves to get everything just the way you want it, I think the SM7B is a great choice. If you are somebody who's maybe a little bit more of a beginner in the recording field, if you're a content creator, a podcaster, if you are recording and creating content that's going to be piped over the internet and listened to on a cell phone, I don't think you can really beat the ease of use and the plug and play of the RE20. If you have questions about either one of these microphones or really any piece of gear, feel free to drop by the store and see us. Give us a call at 205-271-7827. You can send us an email to sales@baileybrothers.com, or as always, you can visit us online at baileybrothers.com, where you are the star.